Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Joey with Valley TCG. Hope everyone's having a good week, good day, good month, and so on. So today I wanted to talk about maybe just to close the loop on what my last video talks about, which was the manga art reprints. And it seems like since I made the video, in fact, the very next day, we saw a lot more information about this situation. So, if you haven't seen that, I'm going to go through what happened. Please like, comment, and subscribe before I go into that. Really appreciate y'all's support. And so, yeah, so I guess let's just talk about this, right? So, what happened was on the 19th, so this would be last, I want to say Friday, we saw this tweet from Sakura's card shop, which is a pretty substantially sized LGS in Texas, and they had put out this comment saying that there's going to be a guaranteed manga per case. Oh my goodness. And so I kind of took this news, given the size of the card shop, the fact that they had been ordering a decent number of One Piece cards, reselling them here in the United States. I think they mostly traffic in Japanese. And I took that information and, I guess I wanted to talk about the implications of what would happen if this thing were to be true. And this wasn't just me that believed this. I think he actually took this information from a Japanese source, or maybe a couple of Japanese sources that were all rebounding information off of each other. And in fact, it led to fear cells, right? These dumps for certain manga arts. And a number of you guys, after I put out the video, had talked to me like, "Hey, I think we're starting to see cases being opened in PRB01, and it's not one manga art per case." So in fact, I think I saw a couple of comments that people were opening 3 to 4 cases and only getting one manga, and that was the Nami manga. And I just have to say, thank goodness that this didn't happen. That, first of all, Bandai is not that obtuse to where they are reprinting chase cards from their earlier sets, and that in fact we are going to get a normal print run. That said, it seems like that maybe, just maybe, that there's a chance for a God Rare pack potentially. I haven't seen one being ripped yet, so maybe that's also a false rumor. But maybe that's why in my earlier video, in the Malaysia picture of what could be pulled from PRB01, they had all of the manga rares on top to date. And you have this thing where you do have a different manga rare. You do have a couple of differentials that differentiate from the original print runs and the new print runs. Now, that said, maybe we might see another print run of OPO2, OPO1, O3, and so on. And maybe that's where you're seeing these differences. If that's the case, then it doesn't feel so good holding some booster boxes, but actually it's still okay with that, right? There's still a lot of, I guess, players out there that still have not been able to pull, uh, let's say, the ace, that have not been able to open a number of O2s, O1s, and so forth. So we probably do need maybe even another reprint here. But that said, it's been, I guess, a couple years since OPO1 and almost a couple years since OPO2. Who knows if that'll come? And maybe what will actually happen is that you'll have a reprint of these manga arts just within, I guess, a God pack for PRBO1. And I think that would be really, really cool. As someone who has not pre-ordered PRBO1, if there were to be a God pack, I might just get a couple of booster boxes and open it on the channel. Maybe we'll get the God pack. Who knows? But if that were to happen, that'd be actually really, really cool. And I'd totally support that. And I think that would also imply someone was throwing around, oh, it's going to be 1 in 150 cases in Japan, which would imply 1 in 75 cases here in the US or in the West. I'm okay with that. That's not going to dilute the manga pool for everybody else for the other print runs, but still make PRBO1 a really fascinating, um, I guess, booster box to open, and maybe fun for those of us who really enjoy opening boxes, like myself. Now that being said, I do want to just quickly talk about Sakura's card shop. Sakura's card shop, after disseminating really bad information, spent the next 3 days ish from the 19th all the way to the 22nd defending his original information, being very defensive, pretty abrasive to people who were calling him out on it. And then eventually, and he talked about this, right? Like, this is like, oh, hey, look at this source. Everyone else was saying this. It's not just me. And then eventually, by the 23rd, when he finally opened a case himself and realized that what he said was incorrect, he did this nice, I apologize post. And, I do feel for the guy to some extent. I don't think that he is, let's say, manipulating the markets, because he would have only just had 2 days to capitalize on that. And that's frankly not enough time to kind of go and buy pretty hard to find cards like manga rares. I don't think he was doing it to manipulate the markets. But I do think the way that he handled it the first few days, being really defensive, talking down to other people, he, I'm in a couple of groups with this guy, with Dave, and he does have this attitude sometimes, if you will, of being kind of holier than thou. Like, I run a big card shop, and therefore you should listen to me. How dare you criticize my customer service, which really isn't that good. How dare you criticize me, and I will, I sell all these volumes, blah, 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 I can never do wrong, piss off. How dare you criticize me? Does kind of have that attitude. So maybe this is just like a learning experience for the guy, and hopefully he kind of takes this into his thought process in the future. And I guess he said he'll probably never disseminate information from this source ever again. Probably a good thing. The reputation risk to your card shop is quite high. I mean, he has like 20,000 tweets, by the way, in this account. So sometimes he probably just like, shoots off a lot of, thought without actually putting some analysis behind it. I guess we'll see. Also, a lesson for me to not take this person's word, or really that much information from online when it comes to bad rumors, until I kind of know that it's true. I did one video a while ago with information that I knew was really, really good about reprints, OP01 reprints, O5 reprints that we're seeing right now at the end of July and end of August, O6 reprints. I saw that information, or O2 reprints as well, I believe. I got that information from a really good source, and it's worked out almost like to the T on reprint timing. So I'm just gonna stick to that from now on. And I do apologize from my end as well if I misled any of you guys. Did not mean to do that. So and again, thank you guys for commenting on my last video and just saying like, hey, like by the way, this information, like we're seeing some other information coming out of it. Um, and and it's different from what we've seen from Sakura's card shop. So absolutely love that. Love that we're starting to build a little bit of community here, at least in the comment section, and that we're kind of fact checking me on my news. So I love that. So thank you guys for doing that, and thank you guys for the comments. And anyway, so just really quickly, one last thing. Right now, this is where we're on Wednesday, the 24th. One Piece Treasure Booster Set is now available to pre-order from Walmart. So go and do that if you haven't been able to pre-order this from anywhere else yet. I think this is only. I was told by an LGS. Again, grain of salt here, but this could be only from a retailer standpoint. So maybe not. Maybe we'll see this in LGSs soon, but right now they're $22 each. You get 4 booster packs. And you can get any booster packs between O1 and O4, and you get a promo on top. So pretty good deal. Actually, no, it's not a great deal, but I ordered a few for myself, or I'll probably open it on the channel, show you guys what's in there, and hope you guys will enjoy that. Anyways, short video from me today. Oh, excuse me. As you guys can hear, I'm a little bit sick still. But thank you guys for listening, for watching the channel. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time.